Hey, what's going on? As you can see, I got me a new haircut, and well, I shaved the beard off myself. But anyways, I have been listening to a lot of music lately. Right now, I'm listening to a lot of black metal, but that's besides the point because I actually just realized. Well, I didn't just realize. I pretty much noticed that Linkin Park is going to be making a new album known as One More Light, which I have no idea why it's called One More Light for. I mean, it kind of seems like they're breaking up, but it's just an album cover name, but so I'm not really gonna bother with that one. I'm not gonna get too much into it. But anyway, they just made two new singles for this album, which is called one is called Heavy, the other one's called Battle Sanctuary, I believe. Think I'm paraphrasing. I really should have actually looked at the name better, but that's what I think it is called. Now, this album's a little weird to me because as you know, well, as some people know, I'm pretty much like a rock slash heavy metal type person. Anything that deals with rock, I'll probably almost like to listen to it. I don't really listen to pop as much. I would say I only have like two artists that are with the pop genre. One's Japanese, and because of my favorite game, one of my games, Kingdom Hearts, I played that, and my friend he got me into it. The other one is, country pop, but that's besides the point. Linkin Park decided to say, you know what, we're gonna go to a pop type theme here. Now, a lot of people are tremendously pissed off at this because Linkin Park has always been a rock band. I mean, at first, if they would have did this during the second album, I was like, okay, maybe, because at the first album of any artist or band, the genre doesn't concede of this is what you're gonna do for a long period of time. Pretty much, it's like this is my first album. I'm gonna see if this sells, if people like it. If people don't, then I'm gonna go to this genre or that genre, something like that. Cause Katy Perry, she did the same thing. Cause she was in gospel, then she went to pop, which I really don't like Katy Perry as much. But Linkin Park said first two albums they were pretty much new metal type thing. Second album, the third album, pretty much like a rock based thing, like a pretty much like a half rock, half metal type thing. The fourth album was pretty much a rock type thing. But when it comes to this one, it's kind of like a pop version, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, sorry, it's just so awkward because imagining Linkin Park doing pop is very, very, very weird because in my eyes, never seen Linkin Park as a pop type band. Now, if they would have did this on their second album, then I wouldn't have minded. That means they would have gave me a little bit of interpretation of how they would be. Like they say, well, we couldn't get into the metal thing, so we go into the pop thing and things like that. That's how a lot of bands actually do. But they don't do changes like this in like the sixth or seventh album. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna like the album because truth be told, the singles, in my opinion, I honestly did not like them. And well, during really when people didn't like heavy, they decided to make a little joke, which pissed a lot of people off because they decided to do a heavy metal version of it. And I'm like, okay, this sounds a little good, but at the ending, they said, give the fans what they want, so shut the fuck up. And I'm like, seriously, you're criticizing the fans, the people who actually got your career started, the people who are following you, and you want to piss them off. Now I would say like if you want to put some pop metal into it, I'm like okay, let's see how this is gonna sound. But when you go to the pop genre, you have to understand that a lot of people who are into rock or into metal don't want to hear pop. That's the one thing. Now if you're that kind of band that actually did do pop in the beginning, then we would understood it wouldn't have been anything new, or your band actually the genre that you're actually playing is close to pop, then I can understand that. But it kind of seems like you went heavy, then you went soft a little bit. We understood because it's still rock. Then you went heavy again, and as soon as you went heavy, it's like you went right back down to soft, and tremendously so. Now I can understand you want to experiment. Because a lot of bands do. A lot of bands they experiment. I mean, Pink Floyd they experimented, it went out good for them, but they did still stay into the rock genre. They just didn't play the same genre that they played before that album was playing. They play a different genre, but still in the rock type genre. But when it comes to Linkin Park, it seems like they're getting rid of the whole rock face as well. But the thing is, they said it's rock. is pop rock, but at the same time, it seems like it's more 80% pop and only 20% rock, and a lot of fans don't like this. I'm one of the fans who, technically speaking, dislike it because, in my eyes, I'm not saying that Linkin Park is a bad band, because truth be told, they're the ones who got me into rock and metal, but when I'm listening to Linkin Park, I want to hear somewhat of a rock genre. I mean, if Chester was doing something that make the song more of a rock genre and the girl making things turn pop, I would have understood that. I was like, okay, so you got a pop artist here and you got a rock artist here, and they're just fusing together. Well, while Chester's doing his rock thing, she's doing her pop thing, and they're trying to combine the two. I was like, okay, but it kind of seems like they're both doing pop, and the beats are a little rock, but not much. And it seems like it just disorientates it. Because a lot of people would say you might as well just go to complete pop in the whole album, or R&B, because honestly, if you do, then truth be told, I'm gonna think that a lot of people who like your songs of the rock genre is going to dislike it. Now, I'm gonna say that a band is more than a genre that they play. Yeah, that's understandable. But sometimes you gotta see that the fans like what they like. They're not gonna want to switch from one genre to another genre to a whole completely different one at that. They're gonna. I mean, I can understand you guys saying, "Oh, we're into like alternative rock and alternative metal. We go to hard rock." I'm like, okay, let's see how it's gonna go. But when you're going from a new metal type album and then go straight to pop, it's kind of like you're disorientated. It's kind of like you want to trick us and saying that, oh, we're going to go back to our original roots, but then go right down to somewhere else in the experiment saying that, well, we want to see how this is going to go. I'm like, I understand you want to see how it goes, but I would say you gotta be careful treading the water. I mean, if you guys can change a little bit of something, like if those two are the only songs that sound like that, I'll be understandable. I mean, if Heavy and Battle Sanctuary, which I think that's what it's called, I'm not very sure whatsoever. If anybody coming who sees this, if you guys know what the actual song is called, because I think it's called Battle Sanctuary, I'm not very sure. But if these are the only two songs that sound this soft and sound of pop, then I'm understandable, because I believe there's like around probably 11 tracks, I think. I don't really know. I should have checked it out. But, well, I did check it out. I just cannot remember because I haven't checked it out today because today is Good Friday. At least when I'm recording. So, I can't really go to the library and check it out. But anyway, they already got the title for a lot of their songs. I don't know how long they're going to be. And I don't know the genre, but I'm guessing that it's going to be somewhat of a pop genre. Now, if they go into glam metal, then okay, let's see how that goes. But if they're gonna go to a complete pop type thing and it says rock at regular, I'm like, okay, you guys are kind of screwing up here. But I'm hoping I'm at least going to give it a benefit of the doubt, because I may or may not get this out, because I've gotten all their albums. Honestly, I would get them out, but I don't really feel like moving right now, and they're all the way underneath my bed, and I don't really feel like getting them. So yeah, but I want to see this band succeed. I mean, this is the first band I've ever actually listened to that got me into the genre that I'm in right now. Because right now I'm listening to a lot of black metal. Right now, I do not know the name of the band because unfortunately I'm not good at reading. I already finished Mayhem. I've already listened to all their albums. My friend gave it to me because honestly he accidentally accidentally downloaded them from Amazon by accident. Cause he didn't know exactly what they were. I'm like, dude, you should have looked at the band, honestly. But he knew I'm interested in black metal, so he decided to give it to me. But all in all, I'm hoping that Linkin Park, well, I don't know if they should change what they're about to do. I'm not very sure what they're going to do. But I know they see that a lot of fans dislike their project when it came to Heavy, because when they first sent out the lyric version, I would say that there were so much people who disliked that video that it was just surprising. The criticism said that it had mixed reviews. It had a whole lot of negative reviews, and this is actually the first time I've seen so many negative reviews on their stuff. Now, there may be something. I haven't really checked the lyric stuff out. I checked their singles, but I have not checked the lyric stuff out yet. But other than that, we'll see what happens. But I'm hoping, I'm gonna be optimistic wait until May comes, because it's almost here anyways. I'm gonna wait till it comes. Gonna listen to it on YouTube, because I know that somebody's gonna upload it, and see how it is. And when that happens, I'm gonna decide at that point, should I get this? Because that's usually I didn't really do this with Linkin Park, honestly. I mean, when Linkin Park announced they're about to come out with a new album, I just jumped and got the album. That's what I mainly did. That's what I would do with pretty much any band that I've actually liked. I just jumped and got the album. I didn't really bother listening to it. I just listened to that last album first, like the day before it comes out, release, and then the next day, then I'll go and get the album and then listen to it. But this may be the first time I actually do a music review, honestly. I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna play the songs for you guys because I know I don't want to get caught for copyright strikes. That's the one thing I don't want to do. So that's that. Because honestly, that's all I pretty much got to say. I would say a little bit more about the subject, but right now I got a tremendous headache and I do not know what those freaking headache pills are, and it's really aggravating me even more because I'm not hungry. It's not a hunger headache, which my mom keeps thinking it is, but it's not. So I gotta find those headache pills somewhere, and I will see you guys another time. Peace out.